Join me live this weekend. Welcome to Sober Living Snippets, the podcast helping people over 40 live alcohol free so you can improve your relationships, feel youthful again, and finally ditch regret and shame. All right, welcome back. It's time for your daily snippet. Let's get you motivated, inspired, energized, and ready to take on the day. We are in the midst of exploring universal laws of nature, or universal spiritual laws, or whatever you want to call them. These are laws that affect us whether we know them or not. Today, we're going to talk about the law of polarity. By the way, before I get started on that, I just want to give you a little bit of a heads up that I promise we're going to lighten up here very soon and look at a little bit lighter subjects, because these laws, which we've been doing for a week now, are pretty hot and heavy. But they are the fact of life. All of them are real. All of them apply to us. But I realize that I've been pretty hard on you, so we're going to lighten up a bit. But first, let's look at the law of polarity. It's actually an interesting one because it makes us realize, okay, well, it has to be this way because it wouldn't make sense otherwise. And what this means is that everything has its opposite. The law of polarity means that there is an opposite to everything, which meaning good, evil, health, sickness, night, day, youth, age, right? And the fact is, we might think to ourselves, right, happy, sad, and all that jazz. We might think to ourselves, well, I just want the good stuff. Like, I just want to be happy. Or I just want to be healthy. Why do I have to endure sickness? But the fact is, if we never experienced illness, we wouldn't even appreciate being healthy. And right? We wouldn't. If we never experienced hard times, we would never appreciate the good times. Not that that makes it any easier. I mean, I get it, right? But the truth is that the universe couldn't even exist without opposites. If it was all just good and all just there was no evil, no conflict, then there would be nothing to strive for. And the fact is, we are here to grow. That's what we're here to do. And we won't grow unless we suffer. That's kind of a little bit off the topic of this law, but it's an important fact that I remember learning about and thinking, I suppose that's true. Right? If it didn't hurt, we wouldn't stop doing it. Right? We'd just keep going along, doing the thing. So we have to get pinched a bit before we'll actually take action and make a change for the better and thereby grow. But anyway, back to the law of polarity. This is very simply means that there are opposites everywhere. And so when we experience ill health, or when we experience negative things, when we experience darkness in our lives, the one thing we can be absolutely certain of, because it's a law, is that it will not last and that the lighter side will come. So when we're going through a hard time, this can be very comforting. We can say, well, I know one thing. It can't all be darkness. It can't be, because there's a law of polarity that says there's an opposite. That means good times are coming, whether it's in our lives personally or socially or politically or economically. You just do a bit of study, a little bit of history, and you'll see that we have ups and downs, ups and downs. That's what happens. The law of polarity in effect. So remember, when it feels like you're just living in horror because, let's say you're just drinking, and you're never going to escape, I want you to know that you will. Now, when, of course, is entirely up to you. You could go on a long time suffering like I did over 30 years, or you could choose to get it over with and stop wasting your precious time. But there is another side of the coin. There is, it can't all be darkness and suffering. Of course, it requires effort, doesn't it? It's when it comes to drinking. I don't think there's any law of polarity when it comes to alcohol that says, okay, you've now officially suffered enough and we will now give you the opposite and make you happy. We actually have to dig ourselves out of that hole. But the law of polarity does state that there is two sides to every coin. Their opposites exist for a reason, and we can hope for a better future if things are difficult right now. It also means, of course, that everything's going really well. It's likely something difficult's going to happen, but that's okay. As long as we're growing and we're armed and we're ready to take on whatever life brings us, we're okay. We can handle that because that's what growth is all about, right? And it's why we're here together so we can handle the hard times. We don't want to fall apart when things get difficult. Okay, that's the law of polarity, one that don't think a whole lot about, but imagine only dark, only night, no day. Doesn't happen. Only winter, no spring. Doesn't happen. We have opposites. And that means that whatever you're going through right now, if it's difficult, it will end. It's not forever. And you can speed up the process by taking actions that get you out of that hole even quicker. And that reminds me, one way you can do that is join me on Saturday, September 14th, about 4 days from now, for a live masterclass called The Real Solution, The Real Sober Living Solution. This is a 90-minute live masterclass, and I'm going to teach the 3 foundational mindset shifts that you need to get your sober life going. If you don't just learn these, but I'm going to help you put them into practice, write down a plan for yourself, bring your journal, bring your pen, show up, and we'll get you a true and solid understanding and a way to put these mindset shifts into your life so you can get started with some help, because it's hard to do these things alone. The snippets are quick and short, and I know that support is very, very helpful. So join me live on Saturday, the 14th of September, 2024, and we will get those 3 foundational mindset shifts in gear for you. Bring a pen, as I said, and all you have to do is register, go to the show notes from today or yesterday or the day before, and register, and you'll get the link and join me live this Saturday. Now, that brings me to the daily do. Today, I want you to take a walk. Now, if that means parking farther away from a building, so be it. Whatever it means, I would like you to walk somewhere today. If you're not able to walk, physically, literally not able to walk, try and do some sort of extra physical movement today, even if that means stretching yourself in a chair, whatever you're able to do. If you are able, though, I want you to take a walk today, and preferably go alone and just be quiet. Take with you an affirmation. Send yourself your subconscious some love, but just take a walk today. Are you a walker? Do you like to walk? Walking's very good for us, especially those of us over 50. It's an exercise we can take right to the grave. I plan to walk to my grave. I'm a walker, a hiker actually. And I encourage you to just get out and walk. If at all possible, please go in nature, go alone, go quietly, and just breathe and take a break. Give yourself a moment. And as I say, if you cannot walk, you can still take a quiet moment somewhere. Stretch out the feet, even if all you can stretch are your toes. Just stretch, breathe, take a few minutes alone, regroup. Because we really can't figure, we talked about earlier this week about the law of correspondence, which says whatever's going on inside will be reflected on the outside, the corresponding on the outside. And so take a few minutes today in nature, walk, breathe, and ask yourself, is there chaos inside? Am I ill at ease? Because if you are, it's going to be reflected in your life. So this is a way to put the law of correspondence to work in your favor. All right? Oh, I want nothing but the best for you. Thank you for coming and grabbing your snippet today. Thank you for coming and grabbing your daily do. When you get 30 of them, let me know, and we will have a celebration, and I will put your name in a draw. Meantime, don't forget to sign up. You are personally invited to join me this Saturday for a masterclass, and I am so excited. Bring your questions, bring your smiling face, and I will see you there. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank thanks for popping in. Be sure to come back tomorrow so we can keep your head on straight. Sending you buckets of love.